Well, India is celebrating the Kargil Vijay Diwas today, and we are joined, rather, we are privileged, if I would put it in that way, to be joined by someone who is a Lieutenant General. We are joined by Kamal Jit Singh, who is an PVSM, EVSM, and also BAR. So, firstly, welcome to Newsx. My very first question to you would be, as a senior military leader yourself, with such deep experience that you've had, how do you view the Kargil Diwas that we celebrate each day, each year, and it has been 26 years of the conflict itself? How do you view it? How does it signify for you also personally and professionally itself?
Thank you, Brian, and let me greet all the viewers of Newsx channel. I greet you on the Kargil Vijay Diwas. It's an occasion for all of us to commemorate the victory that we scored over the Pakistani infiltrators who had come into our territory and we threw them out. So we salute our brave hearts. We also salute our valiant units and above all our citizens who stood with the armed forces in those times. And let me start by recollecting a small incident. During Kargil, I was traveling towards the forward areas because beyond Kargil also the forces had got deployed and we were building up pressure on Pakistan. So I was traveling towards the forward areas and I stopped by somewhere for food. And that eatery owner refused to take money from us. And he said, "You do so much for the country, I am not going to take any money from you." And we were a group of about 10 odd people. So country always stands by with us. And I would like, coming back to Brian's main question, I would say why bother about 26 years? We should remember it for centuries. The countries which forget the sacrifice of their soldiers do not survive the challenges which come their way. So every year we must celebrate this occasion. We must remember those brave hearts and renew our commitment to looking after the welfare of those families and also our armed forces. And recently we had another operation. So let's see what Brian wants to ask me now further.
You very much mentioned my second question that I wanted to put forward. Operation Sindoor, a major success that India has done it again. I just want to know, as again with so much experience of the aura that you have, the entire personality you have, I just want to know the fact, what objectives would have been fulfilled on ground, and what importance or what strategic importance that operation brought to the entire nation, and not just entire nation but globally itself.
See, look at the whole thing from a perspective that starting with the first set of coordinated surgical raids which happened after Uri terrorist attack, then the Balakot which happened after Pulwama in 2019, and now. Now in this you would have seen that the attacks in the hinterland have nearly stopped. We've not had any repeat of attacks like terrorist action on Parliament or Mumbai, like it happened in trains, or it happened in the on the railway station Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, or even in the Hotel Taj. So all that is, or Leopold Cafe, all that has not happened now for many years. So, but between Balakot and this Operation Sindoor, there was an endeavor, a misadventure by Pakistan to test our resolve, to see if we are just saying it or it is we mean it. So they tried this, and we have delivered a very potent message that we will get at the terrorist basis. We will not giving the benefit of doubt to those who anchor these activities. So when you target Muridke, which is very close to Lahore, heart of Punjab, and when you target Bahawalpur, Markaze or Jaish, when you or what is called Markaze Subhanallah, when you do that in Bahawalpur, it is Punjab, it's heart of Punjab, it's a very important part of Punjab. And when you target Mehmoon-e-Zoya in Sialkot, once again it's Punjab. So earlier the targets were in POK or they were in Balakot is in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Now we have taken it to the level that nothing is safe in Pakistan. We can, and unfortunately Pakistan did not heed, it carried on. And then it was given yet another message where their bases in Sargodha, Chaklala, Rahim Yar Khan, all of them, Bholari near Karachi, nothing in Pakistan appeared to be safe. And we have delivered that message. So one is we have conveyed to them, like what has been outlined by the Prime Minister, that terrorist attacks will be responded to. Secondly, people who anchor them will not have any immunity. We will get at them also. Because if you saw the funeral or burial ceremony of all those people who perished in these attacks, very senior hierarchy of Pakistan was there. So that means they are part of the hierarchy. So they have been targeted. And on 10th, when such bases like Sargodha and Chaklala got targeted, that means everything is on our target list. Third message, which is very important, which was given, is that nuclear bluff will not be accepted. It has been conclusively called off. It was in Kargil. Let's go back to Kargil. First time when Pakistan did nuclear saber rattling, it was told by America that if you do that, you will be reduced to Stone Age. I still remember there was a Deputy Secretary Armitage. He delivered this message. And it was repeated through the surgical raids after Uri, Balakot, and now again. And see, targeting such installations, and yet no nuclear action taking place. That really India has crafted a very discreet and very important space below the nuclear threshold.
And so, having commanded the Western Command itself, which shares a very sensitive borders. Now, how do you assess the current state of our operational preparedness along the Western Front post Kargil?
See, India has moved many notches up, but situation has also become more complex for us. Till I was in armed forces, and particularly Kargil happened much before I retired, we had a notion that China will not interfere, even if we have something with Pakistan. We felt that China is focused on its development and it will not get involved. But after this, actually after the Galwan and all these series of incidents, we got a rude shock and we suddenly realized that indeed China is our primary adversary. So to a certain extent, there has been a rebalancing of forces. Some forces which were aligned on the Western Front have been reassigned to Northern one. Like it's all in public media domain. One corps, which is based at Mathura, is now, they will probably get relocated somewhere later. But as a force, it is now committed to Northern Front, yes. So one strike corps has been reassigned. We have also raised Mountain Corps. So both Northern and Eastern have dedicated mountain corps to look after Chinese threat. and there's been a reassignment in central sector also, Uttarakhand area also. So to that extent, now the western frontier has to be managed with lesser amount of forces. So our reach within Pakistan would have got reduced to that extent. But do we need that reach? Today, with the kind of development and with the kind of urbanization that has taken place, deep thrusts are not possible. The war itself has changed. The nature of war has changed completely. Now you are able to do a kinetic action in a non-contact format. That's what Op Sindoor was. So to that extent, we have to focus here. We have to work on non-contact delivery, which is drones, loitering munitions, missiles, and it's a lesser known fact of Operation Sindoor that out of the 9 targets which were addressed on the first night 6, 7th, 7 were addressed by Army and only 2 were addressed by Air Force. So Army has vectors. It used long range artillery guns with ammunition called as Excalibur, which is an American gun, FH-77, and it also used gun howitzer. It also used other loitering munitions and other vectors, rockets, to take care of 7, including Mahmoon-e-Zoya, which is in Sialkot. 2 to 3 brigade headquarters of Pakistan were completely destroyed, and many border outposts have been reduced to rubble. So that would really mean that a very effective action and non-contact one has been delivered by Army also. So hats off to them. And beyond that, our air defense, which was considered to be not so effective at one time, really came of age. Our Shilkas, our zoos, our own indigenous counter-drone system, all these got combined. L-70s, which are vintage guns, they have been modified, upgraded to take on the drones. And you have seen that effectiveness of Pakistani drones was near zero. So to that extent, hats off to our long-range vectors of Army. I'm not talking of Air Force at this moment. Air Force did a wonderful job, but that's a separate issue. We can take it up maybe. But our air defense, so to that extent, and our paramilitary forces, our CAPFs, BSF also did wonderful job. They also targeted enemy posts. So all in all, well done.
And so my very last question to you would be, looking ahead, what message would you like to share the next generation of army officers, of soldiers, especially in the context of Kargil's lesson and even the success of operations like Operation Sindoor per se?
See, first lesson is never let your guard down. In Kargil, we were surprised. So don't take your enemy lightly, ever. So it's absolutely the most important parameter is never let your guard down. Invest, reinvest, upgrade, re-upgrade your surveillance and your eyes and ears. That you have to. It's non-negotiable. The second thing is there are no runners-up in war. There are no runners-up. If you are thinking thoda kar lete hain, you are in for disaster. Nothing will happen. And the third thing is, before you realize, the warfare is changing. The new elements are coming in. Till I was in service, drones were not even, in the sense they were just coming in. Today it is the main currency. Tomorrow there may be something else. So prepare yourself for all these kind of technology and upgrade your technical know-how, yet remain strong on ground, because there are terrains in our country, like high altitude, where the most effective capital is human capital. So we are blessed with a wonderful lot of soldiers who are resilient, who have a great quality of what is called jugaad, improvisation. With low tech, they can figure out and work out responses. And we also have soldiers who literally worship their weapons, like Shastra Puja. So they optimize them. So as officers, if you are hearing me, or even our brave Jawans, we are blessed. We have a great combination. So, but we can't rest on our this thing. We can't rest on our laurels. We have to prepare for the next round, which may be totally different. It may not be non-contact, it may become contact. So you have to prepare for that. At that time, you can't say it's not a basketball match, time out, I'll prepare and come. No, they'll not give you an opportunity. So please, he or she, now women are also fighting. So please, take this message seriously. To celebrate, we have done well, but with the realization, no letting of the guard, there are no runners-up in war, technology is ever evolving and yet remains strong on ground through your training and human capital. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to us. So yes, viewers, that was Lieutenant General KJ Singh, who spoke to us exclusively and said about the challenges and about for the next generation of officers in Army, how they should be prepared. This is me, Brian Anthony Thomas, signing off with camera person Ankush for Newsx, Delhi.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.